Hello and welcome to another Aoe2 post-game commentary. Today we have Frodo the Pink versus the King's Army and Gandalf the Gay. This is going to be a 2v1 game and this will be a very interesting game, so please stay tuned. Let's have a look at the civs. We have Gandalf as Britons, we have the King's Army as Celts, we have Frodo as Goths. Now, to be in a situation where you're 2v1 and not having stone walls, this is going to be this is one of the major problems while playing Goths, and it's going to be very interesting to see how Frodo deals with this. And yeah, let's take off for view. So immediately looking at the map, we do see that there is a sort of lake over here, two lakes in fact. They are quite a bit of distance away. I don't know when the players will find out that there is a lake. Look at this. This is very interesting. We have both of Frodo's gold mines on the other side. On the other side of this woodline. This is gonna be detrimental to his economy. As if he's being rushed for the gold, then he'll have to mine gold somewhere outside, and if he does that, he's more prone to being raided. So I don't think Frodo will realize at this stage. No, he hasn't realized, but when Frodo does realize, I think he has to find a way to get hold of these gold mines and not let them get into the enemy hands, otherwise he will be in trouble. We see everyone going about their standard build paths, and we do have a camel. Everyone does have a camel, and the camel, this is Megarandom beta, and the camel is a very interesting scout unit. Well, at least the militia is much better. I do believe a militia has a larger LOS. Camels unfortunately just don't cut it in these games. Let's fast forward to where we can see some action. What we do need to know is everyone does start off with the barracks, so we might possibly see some militia coming out and some early drushing going on. Let's go ahead a bit more. Everyone going about the standard build paths. We have 1, 2, 3. Is it three relics in the game? However, all the relics are more towards the other team, so Frodo is in a bit of a disadvantage there. Being the only player, he can't trade. See a boar here. It's a very unusual map indeed. There are plenty of the resources in this map. There are a lot of gold mines. There are stone. However, the outside resources, apart from the ones provided from the base, seem to be mostly gold. I don't see any extra stone deposits. Oh, there is one extra over there, but again, that's on the side of the two-player team. Has Frodo realized this? Yes, Frodo has now realized this, and he's most likely thinking of a situation to counteract this. It's unfortunate since he does not have stone walls. If he had stone walls, a good wall over here, a wall over here, would allow him to have control of all these resources and the woodline and such. However, because he doesn't have stone walls, it's going to be interesting to see what he does. We see Frodo the Pink. Is he scouting his enemy? I do believe he's going to go. He wants to go scout and see where the enemy is at this point. Are we going to see a militia drushing, or are people going to focus on their economies? Goths. To really win at a 2v1 situation, there's two situations, I think. One situation is you rush hard and you try and stall the enemy as long as possible while you turtle and boom up, or you rush and you completely obliterate one AI, sorry, not AI, one player, and then you deal with the other player if you can. We do see Frodo getting 2 militia out, and we are gonna see some drushing going on. Let's follow these militia and see where they're headed. They're most likely headed to Gandalf the Grey's base. Gandalf the Grey is most likely not expecting a drush, so we'll see how he deals with this situation. He does not realize that drush is coming. Frodo is going to go straight down the middle, and let's see what he can attack. Let's go to Frodo. So Gandalf has not realized it yet, but Frodo is still moving. He's most likely scouting the woodland to try and see where his enemies are. He has found the mill, and I do believe he's gonna go start attacking. This is very good from Frodo. He has already managed to have 6. He's already forcing the usage of wood. He's managed to deter the economy for a while. Even this much harassment is good, as it slightly delays him. Also, what is to know is Frodo is going to wall here, and he is going to try and wall as best as he can with Palisade. What is to know is that at the situation where Gandalf was being drushed, he did not realize that his hunters here were idle. So many units were idle at this time, and not noticing that just really is very bad for his eco. He just delayed his feudal time by a lot. We see militia here trying to aggro some more units over here, and he's doing a fairly good job while trying to retain his militia. However, no villagers have died at this moment. Are we gonna see a fast castle from Frodo? It does not look like it. He doesn't have the resources at the moment. Again, forcing these units to spend and consume Gandalf's time in trying to repel this drush over here. This villager unfortunately has gotten trapped, and this villager will die. Oh, this is a very good exchange. Not only has he managed to damage the economy, he has managed to at least take 1 villager with him. These militia have done their job, and right now he can lose this militia and still gain the advantage. Frodo has scouted red. He does know where red is now. Seems like Frodo is going to go for a castle. However, it won't be fast. I don't think he has much to worry about, since Gandalf has not feudaled yet, and the Celts has feudaled. I'm not sure if the Celts are going for a fast castle. We see Gandalf trying to make a wall here, and that villager is going to die. Again, that's 2 villagers, and these militia are doing quite a lot of damage. Having killed 2 villagers, they have already made worth their time. 2 villagers are harassing Gandalf a lot, and as you can see, these measures are being taken to build palisade walls and stuff. Again, lots of idle villages that he's not being able to handle, because he has to worry about this drush that's coming over here. Frodo has a lot of stone, so we most likely will see a castle drop from Frodo. Whether it be a defensive castle or offensive castle, we'll have to see. Let's see what these militia are doing. Most likely this militia will probably hang around here to see if this wall is... if anybody wants to finish this wall, will die. Surprisingly, no one has taken the water yet. Let's have a look at all the players and see if they have seen the water. Frodo realizes that there is water here. However, he doesn't see any shorefish. Perhaps he does see one. Perhaps he doesn't realize the value of water and the water economy. Gandalf, however, has, and he has docked. The king's army is also beginning to make a dock. It seems like the two-player team is going to get a significant advantage. And we see the militia still doing harassment, still trying to do a lot of harassment over here. We see one villager who is trapped, and this is not good. These villagers are blocking, and they're not being efficient, and they're actually being more detrimental than actually being useful. These two militia are going to continue. However, let's go to Frodo, and Frodo realizes that there is archers here, and he will be losing this militia. We see the great migration, and we will see our castle rush, and it seems like this castle rush is going to go towards the Celts. Over here, when Gandalf was forced to build archers, this is actually really good, as it does delay the castle time for Gandalf, and Frodo can execute his plan on attacking Celts. We see a palisade wall coming up from here. This palisade wall, Frodo, the King's army does not realize, but this palisade wall has saved him so much trouble. So much trouble that if this palisade wall did not exist, there would have been a forward castle over here, and that would have caused there to be direct fire to the town center, and that town center would have gone down without the aid of siege, as the castle would have been hammering it. We see archers coming out from here, and the archers may be going to go attack. Has Celts realized? Yes, Celts has realized, and he's sending knights to try and deal with this situation. He has only got one at the moment, and I don't think one knight will be able to break through and kill these villagers in time to prevent the castle. We do also see a watchtower being built. However, this watchtower, even if it does get built 88%, 89%, this castle is going to go up, and that tower there is just going to be a waste of resources. One villager was sniped. It forced the Celts army back. We see Frodo's army here, Gandalf's army here, most likely trying to break through, do some damage. We'll see what happens over there. We see some Huskarls coming out already, most likely going to try and do some harassment damage to the economy. Frodo is being attacked by a feudal rush over here. A palisade gate being built. Huskarls are going around, and most likely will do some damage over here. The King's army has signaled the bell, and he is going to suffer a huge economic loss as a result. All this delay time is working in things' favor. Frodo has just managed to destroy a farm, so that's 60 wood wasted right there. That was a very poor mistake by King's army, making a farm where the Huskarls are just one hit and 60 food is gone. Again, another farm is lost. We see two knights coming in and trying to take out these Huskarls. He has lost one Huskarl, but he will retreat back to his castle. Frodo here is being attacked, and these guys have gone inside his base. Frodo making a quick wall here to stop the advancement of Gandalf. Gandalf won't be able to go this way. He will try and... Has Gandalf realized that there is a castle? He now realizes that there is a castle, and he's right inside the heart of the base. I do believe Frodo is going to have to make some... units to deal with this situation as well. Here we see the Huskarls here still doing some more damage as they can. We're going to see a siege workshop coming out from Frodo, and he is going to take this gold mine here. These units here are doing a lot of damage to Frodo's economy. But there is a Huskarl, and all these guys will be cleared up. We see a forward archery range from Gandalf, so he is looking to do some apply some continuous pressure on this base over here. Frodo going a lot heavy on stone. It seems like he does want to perhaps build another castle over here or as such. We see the Celts build. He is building Sorry, he is building rams over here to deal with this. It's surprising to note there is a militia here, and I do believe the king's army made this militia to counteract the early rush, but he hasn't been using it, so it did inevitably become a waste of resources. Knights are over here, perhaps looking to go rush Frodo. Frodo has a mangonel out, and he is going to be bombarding this town center over here. Gandalf warring the best he can, trying to avoid attacks. He is building an army of crossbowmen. Another castle going up, and a quick wall to wall off these villages for the safety of his to prevent these knights from coming in and destroying the villages. Unfortunately, 3 rams are coming now, and I don't think these 3 rams will be enough. Has Frodo realized this? Yes, Frodo will most likely send out the Huskarls and the Mangonel to deal with these rams. This castle will be going up before these rams can take it down. Frodo is being attacked by 5 knights in the western section of his base. These knights are going to get in and do lot of damage to him. However, Frodo is occupied with the north over here. He will most likely lose this Mangonel. 4 Huskarls battering on the battering rams will destroy the rams. Will the castle go down? It doesn't seem like it. The king's army has broken through the base, but he's now entering the base, and he's gonna see this woodland, and all these villages here will die. Frodo will lose a lot of villages here. Gandalf has begun his siege on the other side to try and secure this gold. All these villagers Frodo has not realized, and all these villagers are unfortunately going to die. However, Frodo is doing a lot of he's trying to do the same amount of damage over here to the wood line. This town center will be going down very soon. After having lost quite a number of villagers, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 villages, only then has he pressed the town bell. For it seems that Frodo's doing the great escape or something. He is trying to escape with his villagers. Unfortunately, the knights are just going to get through since the gate was open, and it seems like he will lose half of his villagers that are migrating. I'm not sure what Frodo is planning here, but it seems like they are going to head up to this base over here. All these villagers unfortunately died. The king's army has not given chase to all these villagers who will survive. At this moment now, Frodo has left a ghost town here. There are no villagers. Perhaps there is one villager, one Huskarl, but this right now is a ghost town. Does Gandalf realize? Gandalf most likely does not realize, otherwise he would have given chase as well. We see Mangonels coming in. Oh, we see the Celts, and he's making these transport ships and trying to send these villages across. These villages here will most likely die. These villages are running. Well, he has lost 3 villages, but he has managed to secure most of his villages here. I do believe there's 5 villages in each. Yeah, there's 5 villages, and Gandalf is trying to search for these villages, and he won't find them. He has upgraded, and he now can carry 10 in each. Most likely he's trying to get them to Gandalf's base so he can do some damage over there. Gandalf is still looking to go inside, and I don't think he will find any resources but a castle here. All these units have arrived to the north, and they are going to build a town center. It seems that Frodo's plan was to destroy Red's base, hinder him while trying to build another base over here and try and do some damage. These transport ships over here, is very unfortunate that Frodo does not realize where these transport ships went. It's a shame, because now these transport ships, King's army is going to be able to set up another base here and reboom. The size of Gandalf's land army is quite substantial. He is a force to be reckoned with. Even a group of 10 Huskarls will most likely die to this group of crossbowmen, as they are British longbowmen and and their range and their general size and mass is not. It's just, if you look at the Huskarl right now, no upgrades, and only 10 of them, can't really do much. We see Gandalf probably most likely trying to come around and do some damage over here. He most likely will be able to. We see some more knights over here, and Celts just trying to rebuild, and Frodo here is trying to rebuild. He is going to take the farms that Red had, the King's army had for himself. He's going to have he's trying to build up his own eco, and he is trying to get these gold miners over here. See, in this situation, what would have been best for Gandalf to do was to build some siege workshops and just generally like take this castle down, or even this side here, take these markets, take these blacksmiths out, because then he'd have to reinvest and spend more wood to build another market, to build another blacksmith, and it's just going to be a waste of resources for Frodo. We see crossbowmen coming in, and a mangonel is coming in. However, the mangonel is outranged and he can't really do much, so Frodo does back off with the mangonel. With Gandalf seeing some crazy walls and just his building is in quite a disarray. Gandalf most likely does not realize this is a ghost town. Gandalf has sent a forward base here to perhaps assault this base over here. It's rather unorthodox, as one would assume that Gandalf would build a base here so he can protect his economy. That doesn't seem to be the case. He has gone all the way around to take this area here. We'll see what happens. At this point in the game, what Frodo needs to do is to get as many Huskarls as he can and try and really do some damage. And what needs to happen is Gandalf will win this game. Will be able to win with his economy if he just goes Imperial. Right now, he's not building any siege workshops and only building archers, so he's unable to advance here, advance there, and yeah, we are seeing quite a lot of archers coming now. Let's have a look at this area. Frodo is going to also take over this stone mine over here. You see more knights coming over here. The King's army has made a little base for himself. Let's look at the economies for the respective people. Gandalf has a lot of economy, 142 population. At this stage, Frodo has inevitably lost, because having a population of 104 and just trying to beat him, a castle going up. We see Frodo with 45 population. If we look at the military, 10 of which are only military units, while the King's army has 40. And again, if this was a battle between the King's army and Frodo, this would have been an even match. However, because it's a 2v1 and Frodo was in a bad position, having to leave his base, was constantly harassed because he couldn't make stone walls, and most of his gold deposits were not in the best of place. He wasn't in a good situation. Gandalf, I do believe he's now just waiting to, most likely he will go Imperial Age soon and will try and trebuchet these castles and try and win. A watchtower going up for Frodo over here. This will most likely be a deterrent force, as I don't think this watchtower will be able to do much. It's very interesting to see that this earlier in the game, when we saw this this dock and the villagers escaping via dock, Frodo had not realized that all those villagers escaped and went to the other side, and they set up a base here. This is just, if Frodo had realized, he could have completely wiped Red of the game, and he would have engaged in a 1v1 situation, and he would possibly have been able to manage. We see the watchtower fending off these units here. The watchtower and the units have the same range, and here we see our first trebuchet coming in, and at this stage of the game it's pretty much over for Frodo. Some question Frodo's, after the game, these players did question Frodo's reasoning as to leaving his base, and did he have a reason to escape? Perhaps. Earlier in the game, when he did escape with all of his villagers, he made the mistake of not realizing that knights were giving chase, and knights were giving chase meant that this palisade gate was open, and he was able to Red was able to walk in. We see a group of Huskarls going and attacking Blue's eco. However, Blue most likely would not be phased by this, as he has begun his offensive on these castles. Is Frodo planning another castle rush? It seems that he's planning another castle rush. I'm not sure what this castle's gonna do at this point of the game, but the two castles that were protecting his forward base here and his entire economy are going to go down, and this game is going to be a loss for Frodo. Like I was saying, there was one point in the game where half of Frodo's economy was being destroyed, and the knights were able to come through because the palisade gate was open. If Frodo had realized and he kept a few villagers back before the palisade gate was open, he would have saved so much more of his economy. Maybe he would have been in a better position. Also in this game, Frodo, I do believe he needed to go Imperial Age as soon as possible. Not going Imperial Age was his mistake, and he was not able to make any trebs to counteract all these units, as this mass of units unfortunately was too much and just overcame. We see more villagers trying to escape, the Great Escape again, but this time to Blue's base, and unfortunately the two-player team have realized, and they are just sniping off these villagers. At this point, Frodo has nothing. He just has a castle here and a few villagers. We'll most likely see him resign very soon. This land force by Gandalf has risen quite a lot. Gandalf was able to boom this game, and this is GG. This was a very interesting game, and unfortunately Frodo wasn't. In a sense, he did have the right civ to counter the top player in this game. Without a doubt, was Gandalf with his large army and stuff. He did have the right civilization, Goths, to handle them, but that also meant in a 2v1 situation, not having walls is more, I think, the reason why Frodo lost, as he was not able to wall the stone mines. He was forced to move his economy over there, where he was much safer than it was here. Even if the economy stayed here, a few British longbowmen here, on each ends of the walls, just sieges this place and nothing goes in or out. And then this would have been a very quick game indeed. But yeah. But the moment Gandalf went Imperial Age, this was over for Frodo. He could not do anything, and he was not able to get upgrades, as many upgrades as he would have liked on his Huskarls. All in all, King's Army Gandalf, 1 point to them. There will be more 2v1 gameplays coming, so please stay tuned. This has been Time Wielder. Like, comment and subscribe, and I'll see you guys later.